Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Lex. Welcome back. So today, sorry, my dog is like getting up and like readjusting herself because she was sleeping on my bed. So, are you good? All right. So today, like I said before, it's actually the same day. I don't know if I'm going to upload this on the same day as my other video, but anyway, hold on. So, I mentioned in my other video that I have started ACOTAR. I started the ACOTAR series. I have been at it for like a month now. This also would be a good thumbnail, but I feel like I don't know how to pose in thumbnails. I think that's why I don't like doing thumbnails, because I don't know how to pose. Anyway, so, yes, I've been reading ACOTAR. Let me scoot back. Yeah, I've been reading ACOTAR for since July. So I started the first book in July, and it took me over a week to read the whole thing. I really enjoyed the first book. I really like the first book. So, in this video, I'm going to go through every one of these books, with the exception of Frost and Starlight, because I have not finished reading this one yet. So we're not going to talk about this one. I'll just put this right here. I will be talking about these three, though. So, you know. And I think maybe I'll do like a little update video where I talk about all of them, and because my views on it might change, you know. So anyway, so first book we have is Court of Thorns and Roses. Yeah. So I started reading this in July, kind of right around my birthday. And my cousin basically was like, you should read this book because I've heard these good things about it, blah, 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 blah. I already mentioned why I got into ACOTAR in my last video. So, I read the first book. I really enjoyed it. I think I was I don't remember exactly when I decided I wanted to read the rest of the series. Sorry, it just started downpouring right now. If it's not already downpouring. It's been raining for like the last couple. It's been raining all morning. Well, not all morning. Anyway, so I have been reading this book, and I don't remember where I was, what page I was on when I decided to read the rest of the series. I think it was like maybe around the 17, 18, 19, 20-ish chapters. And I don't know. She's a cute book. I really like her. I will say that she gets very dark at the last 10 chapters, I think. I don't remember how long Feyre is exactly. I know Feyre's under the mountain for like 3 months, but yeah. Anyway, I wanted this. I don't know if I wanted to do spoilers or not, but I guess I will because I already kind of spoiled it. But anyway, yeah. So, you know, I don't even know how to, like, describe this book. So it's about a girl named Feyre, and she kills a wolf in the woods, and she, has to, you know, pay for her crimes against this wolf. Okay, speaking of this wolf, I love the plot twist of this book. The plot twist is so good, and I think when you realize what the plot twist is, because I think I feel like if you, how do I say this? Again, I'm so sorry. This is why I should not have a YouTube channel, because I don't know how to do words. But I would say that if you don't know anything about this book, like I went into this book completely blind, and I think I enjoyed it. If you know some spoilers about this book, then I feel like you can guess the plot twist. However, I, again, knew nothing. I will say, right, at the end of the book, there's a riddle, right? I don't exactly remember what the riddle is. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I can't find it. Anyway, I don't care. I was totally gonna find it. But anyway, the riddle. There's a riddle. Now, in my head, I'm gonna put this here, because I'm about done talking about it. In my head, right? Now, the answer to the riddle is something else, but let me tell you what I thought it was. Now, I thought the riddle was hope. I thought the answer to the riddle was hope. I was like, oh, that makes sense. She's their only hope, or something along that lines, right? Turns out the riddle is love. Spoiler alert. Again, this whole video is going to be a spoiler. So, yeah. So I was kind of like, I saw that coming, but I didn't. I thought the answer for it was too easy, that it couldn't be what it was, right? And I've seen people say that, where like, no, it can't be that, because that's way too easy. But I also have to remember that Feyre, I feel like, again, in her position, I feel like it wouldn't be easy for her, and it wasn't, obviously. Anyway, so, first book, really good. I like the book. I feel like the only issue I have with the book is that sometimes, and she does this in every book, but specifically in the first book, there's not a lot of world building in the first book, because the first book, in my opinion, is fairly isolated compared to the rest of the series, right? So I'm on Wings and Ruin, and I've already read Mist and Fury, but I feel like the first book, because the most of the book takes place in the Spring Court, then, you're there the entire time. So, and because Tamlin, to some degree, who is the love interest in the first book, he's kind of biased, so, like, he doesn't tell you everything. He really doesn't say a lot in the first book. He doesn't talk. He's not you know what, now that I mention it, he's not a big talker, is he? Yeah, he's not, because I want to say that he's very reserved. He's very, like, I don't know. Tamlin's very odd, and I think if you know what happens with Tamlin, you won't catch it. But if you're going into ACOTAR blind, if you read ACOTAR before and you had to go back and reread it, you can probably see the red flags within Tamlin. But anyway, first book was really good. I really like the first book. I think I get the first book a 4 stars on Goodreads. Because it was good. I think it probably deserved like a 5.5 stars, but it's whatever. But I really did like the first book. The first book was really good. Now, Mist and Fury. She's my favorite. She is my favorite. I haven't even marked her yet. I love this one. This is my favorite out of the entire series. I love her, but you can't, these two are, like, I would say I have a equal amount of love for both of them. I haven't finished Wings and Ruin. I like Wings and Ruin, but I can't exactly say how I feel about it all the way. We'll talk about it in a minute. Anyway, Mist and Fury. She's my bestie. Oh my god, I love this one. This is my favorite. I love the twist of it, right? Because at the end of the first book, right, Feyre assumes her life is going to be super happy. She thought that what happened at the end of the first book was going to be her happy ending. Turns out it's not. But, like, going into the second book, it's such a different vibe, right? It's like a slap in the face, because you're instantly hit with the first scene of the second book is Feyre throwing up. It's her vomiting and having nightmares and her being traumatized for very good reason, obviously. I'm really glad they went that way instead of just completely ignoring her trauma, because she, in the first book, again, there's gonna be spoilers all over this video. The first book, Feyre's human for most of the book, and I don't know. I don't think that I don't know how she survived the first book, without being Fae. But anyway, second book. Okay, let's talk about my favorite. Oh, did I not say my favorite scenes in the first book? Oh my god. Okay, favorite scenes in the first book. We're gonna have to go back. I really like the scene where Tamlin gives Feyre he gives her the painting studio. I really like the angst. Is that what I'm trying to say? I like Tamlin and Feyre's love story. But I feel like even when I look back at it and I think back at it, Feyre is more in love with Tamlin than Tamlin is with Feyre, right? And I feel like the first book, I don't know. It's almost like I don't know. How do I say that? He likes her weak, almost. Like, the second book, she's Fae, right? And the way he treats her annoys the shit out of me. I knew that something was wrong with Tamlin. There's a scene, right? It's right before the last trial. And Feyre and Tamlin, they meet up for the first time under the mountain. I was like, the entire time reading that part, I'm like, why is he not saying anything? He's not talking at all, by the way. He's just kind of doing whatever. He's not talking. He's not saying anything. He's just kind of there. He makes out with her. And I'm like, why is he not reassuring her? He's not. And I was like, there's something going on here. I don't know. Anyway, I really liked the worm scene where she, like, kills the worm. In my head, I'm thinking of the worm from SpongeBob. I really liked the scene with the painting studio. I really liked the scene where we meet Rysand, where he's like, oh, I've been looking for you. And I'm like, and I love that she, again, at that point in the book, she is full on with Tamlin at that point, right? And she's like, ooh, wait, he's got a hot bow. I really like the scene where we meet Anthrax, aka Amarantha, and Feyre calls her, like, average. She's like, she's kind of ugly. I'm better looking than her. I really like the last fight scene. Not fight scene. I did not expect Feyre to die in that way, right? Now, I expected things to go bad, naturally. But I didn't expect things to go like that. And yeah, I guess there's not a lot of scenes in this book that I'm like, oh my god, I love that part. But yeah, anyway, on to Mist and Fury. Let's talk about my best friend here. Oh god. Sorry, I have, like, my books, because I moved. Oh my god. There we go. Ah! I almost dropped it. Anyway, Mist and Fury. Let's talk about my bestie. So, favorite scenes in this book are the wedding interruption scene, the shoe throwing scene, the scene where we first meet Cassian and Azriel when they're at the door and they're, like, pounding on the door. And again, at that point in time, Feyre is very, like, taken aback. I don't know. She's just very, you know, she's tired mentally, physically, emotionally. Feyre makes me sad. I think I find it funny how protective I am of Feyre. Like, as soon as somebody's like, I'm like, don't talk to my bestie like that. As soon as somebody says something, I'm like, how dare you talk to her like that? Apologize. You know what I mean? I really like the scene. Yeah, the shoe throwing scene, the wedding interruption scene, chapter 55. Also the chapter before that when they're in not the cabin, the motel. Are they in a motel? I don't remember. They're in something and they're sharing a bed and they start getting a little spicy with each other. I really like the dinner scene with Cassie and Azriel, Mor, Amren, where Feyre kind of meets them. I like what other scene do I like? I like the scene where Rhysand, whatever the hell, where he, you know, takes care of Feyre after a nightmare. He, like, holds her hair back. I really like that scene. I really like the scene where they're out in the field at her parents' estate, well, her father's estate that Tamlin gave them. And they're, like, flirting in the snow. It's kind of, like, I love how they go from, like, kind of like, she does not like him. She's like, back off. You don't know me. You don't know my man. You know nothing about me. And it goes from that to, where they are now, right? I really like the scene where Feyre finds out they're mates, because the serial is a freaking gossiping bitch. He's like, oh, you didn't know that? He didn't tell you? Oh, you didn't hear it from me. But no, I really like this book. Now, this book is amazing. I really enjoyed the found family aspect of it. I really liked I liked watching Feyre go from being very broken to not broken, right? Like, I feel like I'm so proud of her for that, because, like, she started off in a domestic violence situation, essentially. And I just felt so bad for her. I think I will say that the scene where Nesta and Elaine get put in the cauldron, I was physically recoiling, because it was like, I'm like, what is happening? I'm like, oh my god. And it was just a mess, and oh my gosh. But chapter 55, oh my god. I think the chapter in the motel is a little bit more spicier than that one, but I like that chapter. It's good. Now, Wings and Ruin, right? This is the book I am currently reading, as if you can see that right there. So, I'm on this book. What happened? I'm on this book, right? Now, it starts off with Feyre being in the Spring Court. I love Feyre in her unhinged in her unhinged era. Because she's basically just there to fuck shit up, and I'm here for that, right? I love the scene where she tricks Tamlin into thinking that she slept with, or that her and Lucian, I think it's Lucian, the scene where she makes him think that something's going on between him and them, and she like pretends to have nightmares, and Lucian comes in and comforts her, and she purposely is like holding on to him so that Tamlin will catch them, and then he gets all mad. Oh my god, that scene's funny. That scene's so, I was like, Feyre, girl, I'm proud of you. The scene where, like, there's a scene where there's a ceremony, and she, like, glows, I think, and she puts on this whole show, and Ianthe is, like, pissed at her. Ianthe, the scene with Ianthe, getting her hand, like, not disintegrated, hand smashed, that was a good scene. The scene on the ice with Azriel and Cassian, where, I don't remember, who is it? It's Lucian's brothers, right? It's not his dad. Oh, I, like, hurt my nail. It's not his dad, it's his brothers, and he has a hold on Feyre's, like, head, and Azriel comes out of nowhere and is like, I suggest you drop my high lady. I think it's Cassian, actually. Maybe it's one of them. Anyway, I love that scene. I love the scene where Rise and Feyre see each other again, and the scene after that where they have sex. But anyway, I really like this. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say about it for now. Because I don't know. I could talk about this book constantly. I just love it so much. Also, I just did my hair, and I think it looks okay, but it just keeps, like, doing what it wants to do. Anyway, so, I don't know if I'm going to have an upload schedule for this whole book thing now. I think I'm just going to upload whenever I want. I feel like that's a lot less pressure for me and a lot less stress, right? Because I'm not going to edit these videos. I'm just not. I just feel like that's the part of YouTube I don't like, is editing. But anyway, yeah. And then I think I want to do a video where I talk about Divine Rivals and what I thought about that book. I really liked it, but I want to go into more depth and talk about it. I feel like that's just the way to go. But yeah, I really do. I have obviously not finished ACOTAR. Also, this is out of order. This is it's supposed to go like this. I've not finished it. I haven't even gotten the 5th book, and I think it's really funny because, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, Silver Flames, right? I have a little bone to pick with you. Number 1, Silver Flames. The cover is not the cover. The title and the side part, like the spine, is different from these ones. Like, it has, like, it messes up the whole spine flow with it. And it doesn't have an and in it, right? Like, Frost and Starlight, Court of Thorns and Roses, Court of Wings and Ruin. It just is Court of Silver Flames. And I'm like, why did you mess up the and? I don't like that. Anyway, and that book is in Nesta's point of view, which Nesta and I have a love-hate relationship. That's all I'm going to say. But anyway, I think that's where I'm going to leave off. Overall, I really love this series. And I think this series is a really good place to start if you really like fantasy. It's like, I don't think it's for everybody, obviously, but I personally just really love it. And I can't wait to read Throne of Glass. Right now I have only one of them on my thing. It's because it's in my backpack, because I like to take books and put them in my backpack so that I have weight in my backpack. It's just a whole thing. Anyway, but this has gone on for too long. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you guys liked my little review situation. Sorry it was kind of all over the place. Again, I'm just going to be doing whatever I want. So, I will see you guys later. Bye.